Good day from Alona Beach. I'm at my room. It's a great one. If I just move over here, you can see it. This place is so great. The Pyramid Resort in Alona Beach. You got your own private villa. When I booked it, I thought I had the entire thing, first and second floor, but that's not the case. There's a connecting door, and I guess you can rent it that way. I thought I did, but I just got one single room. You've seen a video of that already. But I'm just doing I got some work to do. First of all, I'm a little thirsty, so I've been drinking water since I've been here. You've got to hydrate, because if you don't, you're going to have problems. You're going to have problems, so stay hydrated. So you've seen the video that by now that I put up of swimming with the whale sharks and the sardine run and swimming with sea turtles. Once in a lifetime experiences that you just can't do hardly anywhere else in the world. And since I was here, I wanted to do those things. But I realized when I left that I only brought 3 pairs of shoes with me. The shoes I'm traveling with which have rubber soles. They're non-tie, easy to take on and off, good travel for the plane. I brought a pair of sandals, some flip-flops, because I'm a Florida boy and I can't do without those. I'm in a warm weather climate there. And I brought some, I got this bag. I brought some tennis shoes too, because I have a plan to continue to exercise every day. When I was in Manila, the great fitness center there where I stayed had a treadmill. It was great. And you know, these Pumas, fantastic shoes, fantastic walking shoes. And I've had them for about a year. They're well worn in. I've run with them. I walk with them. Now, I'm not skinny. I don't work out heavy cardio, just enough. But I do push-ups every day, 125 a day, which is a lot for an old man by the sea. So with these shoes, when I went to Oslob for the whale shark fishing, before I left from my place in Cebu, these were the shoes that I brought with me, thinking that when I went to the shore, I was just going to be walking in sand to get onto the boat to take us out to the whale sharks. Well, that wasn't the case. The shore was rocky, so I had no choice but to use these shoes in the Pacific Ocean, filled with salt and algae and microbes and whale shark poo and everything else, not to mention my own foot funk that's in the shoes. So I use those shoes all day. They're soaking wet. And I rinsed them off as best I could in the freshwater shower after I was finished with the whale sharks. And then we went over to Moalboal for the sardine run and the turtles. And a woman looked at me. She said, "No, you borrow my sandals." "Oh, thank you very much." Well, the sandals float. So as soon as my foot stepped off the rocky bottom of the ocean, the sandals came off and floated right to the top. And I'm older, my balance isn't what it used to be, so the guy that is guiding us out to where we're going to snorkel, he's looking at me like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" So I finally just sat down in the water and put my fins on so I could just kind of guide myself out with the fins, which is the logical thing to do. I did a lot of snorkeling in Puerto Rico when I lived there, and so I know how to do that. So on the way back, I'm in the car. It's a 3-hour trip from Moalboal to Cebu. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, how am I going to dry these shoes? And I had no idea. I thought I'll just put them on the balcony there at my condo when I get back. And so I did. I got back. And they weren't smelly at the time, but they were still just as wet as the morning time when I first rinsed them off, because I'm inside a car. And I put them outside. I went out on a date with a companion. Very nice woman, by the way. I really like her. But after we went out, I dropped off the condo and she went on her way. the shoes are still outside, and I checked them and they're still wet, just knowing what was going to happen. Well, overnight it rained all night, so guess what? The shoes are still wet. And I had to travel that morning to get on the ferry. But the difference this time is the shoes were wet and stanky. So, I'm like, what the heck am I going to do with these things? So I went down. There was a little pharmacy down there by the condo. So I looked for paper towels and I looked for powder. So they didn't have either one. It was just very basic. You'd think they'd have it there at this little pharmacy, but they didn't have it. Just very basic. They had some basic cereal and some ramen noodles and some water and very basic things. But they did have these. I think you know what these are. And I tried to use them. I tried to stuff them in my shoe. I still have a pack. And anybody want some? Want some? I don't need them. But I tried to stuff them. I tried to stuff them in the shoes. So I tried. I took the liner off, and I kind of stuffed them in, and 3 per shoe. 3 per shoe. I thought that would. I thought that would do the trick. They still stink. I thought that would do the trick. I was pushing down on them. I spent maybe 20 minutes on it. I couldn't get the damn shoes dry. So anyway, I don't need to wear these. Maybe I'll start. So I thought, well, now I'm going to travel. How am I going to take care of these shoes? Because I want to save them. They're not cheap. And I'm here. I only have one other pair of shoes and some sandals. So I thought I'd put them on the side of my backpack. And that was not going to work because I was smelling up the condo. And I know that if I got on that ferry or sitting in the ferry terminal, people are going to look around and go, what the heck is that smell? Strong, and it's still wafting to me, but without a distinctive source. And I could have had fun with it and walked around and videoed people's reaction, but they had figured me out. So I didn't do that. Instead, I wrapped them up in this black plastic bag, which I'm keeping because I don't know how my shoes are going to do here when I get finished with my operation. So I got to Alona Beach and unpacked them, and you can see here if I back up, I'm sitting at a table. So I put the shoes on a table here. I'm in a very shady area, if you can see that. I can't really expect my shoes to get dry under here, but I tried yesterday. I left them out all night with that distinctive wafting odor as you walk into the room. Fortunately, it's just me here, so I'm not that concerned about it. But I just went to the 7-Eleven, so my next operation, I know I'm talking about shoes, right? Yeah, my next operation, baby powder. I put my shoes out in the sun all day at a spot between the reception area and the beach, in the pool here, I'm sorry. And they've been sitting in the nice hot sun all day. And you all know what's going on there. So anyway, they're as dry as they can get after one day in the sun. And I've got baby powder. I'm not sponsoring them, but thank God 7-Eleven had them. So one for each shoe. I'm going to squirt them up. And I also bought some juicy cologne because I'm feeling especially juicy today. It smells good. It smells like, yeah, I don't know how long that's going to last. But anyway, that's the story of my shoes. Yeah, it's boring. I'm struggling for content, but I'm trying to figure out how to talk to my phone without a person on the other side. I thought this would be as good as an exercise as any. Thanks for listening. I'm not going to let you know how it turns out. Bye. Thank you for walking around with me today. I hope you found it interesting. Like and subscribe if you like what you see. And if you don't like what you see, like and subscribe again. Take care.